Capital One, your marketing sucks. Reason one, your logo sucks. God.
You got two fonts, one serif, one sans serif, and it takes up so much visual space with this stupid swoop.
Yeah, I've already seen this. This was done better. It was done better here. It was done crappily here as well. And one did it way better, as we all know. Like it invokes like motion, right? Swiffer got it. Here it is against other bank logos.
My eye doesn't go to Capital One, does it?
Well, I'll tell you this. It's the second worst. The worst is HSBC. Yeah. That looks like a robot butthole that's like opening. I don't know. I don't like all the triangles. Not a fan.
It feels a little Umbrella. What's the Umbrella Corporation?
This is a Resident Evil bank.
Yeah.
I will say ING, great job of not only picking a lion, but picking the lion from The Wizard of Oz, clearly, right? Like, that's not a lion, that's a man in a lion suit. Capital One, second worst, okay? Get a real goddamn bank logo. Come on. So when you think of Capital One, Samuel Jackson, obviously, right? And this is one of their first commercials, and I hated it from the start.
Why do some credit cards take a simple idea like cashback and complicate it by limiting where you earn bonus cash back?
What dimension are we in, Capital One? What is happening? So now people are saying that the real Samuel L. Jackson has just been trapped in this Tetris-like vortex forever. So I say Capital One, release the real Samuel L. Jackson.
So Samuel L. Jackson's the Capital One Quicksilver guy, and then Jennifer Garner is the Capital One Venture Card girl.
And if you didn't know this, she owns this place called Once Upon a Farm. Fucking that name. Name is so bad.
I feel like this is a class in marketing.
Look, she sells smoothies in these little packet things, that kids like. Now she's doing commercials for both. Here's the latest commercial that you see with her.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs.
You're trying to tell me that to adapt to their business needs, Jennifer Garner has to buy a residential blender to fill up. You could see them to the right, those factory packs. Is she blending stuff up and then getting like a little funnel
and then slowly and painstakingly plopping it in there?
Jennifer, you're not getting away with this. Come on. Look at this. Look at those packs. There they are. They're there. Hey, what do you want to do with all the ingredients? Scatter them about. Hey, did you take the top off that coconut for me? Yeah.
So that we know it's a coconut and not just a random hairy ball in the middle of the shot. And also, I love that it's like a Jamba Juice style blender.
Yes. What universe do these Capital One ads take place in? And then they also have the Capital One bank guy. That's his name, Capital One bank guy. Creativity. This commercial, oh my God, I hate it. I hate it so much. There's so many things wrong with it.
Whoa, it's the Capital One bank guy.
That's me.
Could we get a selfie?
Of course. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Ooh, that's a keeper.
So, what do you do outside of the Capital One Cafe?
There's a literal lull.
Yeah.
They wrote
she had
a
to
lull.
say so. I would never recognize this guy in person.
Nobody does. That's why this commercial has to frame it this way. Oh, hey, look, that's the Capital One bank guy. And that's them telling you, the audience, that's the Capital One bank guy. Because you wouldn't know, because they do such a horrible job, because they have 18,000 commercials with 3 different people doing it.
What do you do outside of the Capital One Cafe?
What do you mean?
Like when you go home or...
Sleep tight. Don't let the overdraft fees bite. What's in your wallet?
Let's say that you're getting this audition, Bacon. How are you saying this line?
Sleep tight. Don't let those overdraft fees bite. What's in your fucking wallet?
See, you almost had it. You almost had it.
What are you talking about?
Such a good
By the way, I take no notes. I take no notes. Here's the problem. The problem is that's the base level for jokes now. Yeah. Like the progressive people are like, not only is this their job and their life, they don't not leave the bank. They are like perpetually caught in some sort of like constant work situation. And I think Flo's in charge, right?
Yeah.
Also,
Which-
we have like the emu and Doug. Like it's their entire existence.
and
like,
they play
they-
it like cops.
Yes. So when that is happening, oh, isn't it funny that he sleeps in the bank? No, it's not. That's a funny premise. Now you have to have him do funny things. Like it'd be funny if he had to find out where to shit.
So the whole series of these is horrible, but this one is probably my least favorite.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One bank guy?
Do you mind? I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
How do I get your job?
Hard work,
I
dedication.
meant the Capital One bank guy.
It's like Mr. Jeter said, hard work and dedication.
What's been the highlight of your career?
And that have to be
Bank guy.
Why hasn't the astronaut been allowed to speak? Why would you do back-to-back Derek Jeter and have 3 people up there? Why is it double Derek Jeter? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
I
from
do
a
wanna
writing standpoint.
Yeah.
Aren't you in the Hall of Fame?
And didn't you live in space?
What's in your wallet?
You had to point out the joke at the end. Who do you want banking there? Do you want the dumbest people in the world coming to your bank? What the hell is going on?
I didn't notice that they were trying to make him so much of a tentpole figure.
Yes, this is another dimension where this guy is well known. You have a funny idea, but then it was so horribly put together and then presented. Like I'm totally fine with the Capital One bank guy being the most famous guy in the world in this universe. That's funny. But then you have to actually do something funny. You can't just be like, here we are in that funny idea of a world.
Because then at that point, it's just costumes.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing, Capital One. Jesus fucking Christ, Capital One.
What is
Stop
this
it,
club?
Capital One. Stop it. Stop it. There's these Capital One cafes. They're all over. There's one in Chicago.
It's a cafe?
Yeah, it's a cafe bank. I fucking hate it. Also, the reason why people used to, at the old Starbucks, that was designed to keep you there, was Starbucks, even though it's a giant corporation, was really good at making it feel like a mom and pop, cozy atmosphere and kind of cool little place to hang out. And you could see past it. When you're at the fucking Capital One Cafe with the giant fucking Capital One logo and everyone's banking around you, I mean, good fucking God, Capital One. Read the room.
I don't associate good tasting coffee with banks, personally.
No, that's the other thing. Who the fuck is going to Capital One Cafe? If any of my friends suggested that, I'd stop being friends with them.
Would you imagine for a minute that you got asked out on a date to go to the Capital One Cafe and meet up
First
there?
date? And be like, hold on, is this a date or an
Or is this a
errand
credit
for
check?
you? Like, are you dry? Do you have like a check that's over $2,000 or something that needs to be cashed in person? Or what do you have a safety deposit box at the Capital One Cafe? What a weird place. Oh, that's where I keep grandma's jewels in the safe deposit box in the Capital One Cafe. Just want to make sure if it ever gets robbed at the cafe or at the Capital One part. Yeah.
Why does it feel like the perfect setup to pay off a hooker?
Hold on, I need to get a little bit more money. I need this. I can't use the ATM anywhere. It's free here. You know. You want one of those cappuccinos or one of those Americano? What do you got? What do you guys? You're all out of coffee? You don't have any? Nobody's ever actually ordered coffee here. I'm trying to pay off a prostitute. She's a little parched. I know cappuccino. That you have no coffee. What do you have? Scones? Would you like a dry scone? She doesn't want the scone.